long-awaited Moto X is finally available here in the UK, and while it's not a game changer, it is a really nice phone. Plus, it breathes new life into the now Google-owned Motorola brand. On the design front, the Moto X is a small, sturdy and lightweight device with a curved Kevlar back and Gorilla Glass screen that runs almost edge to edge, making it ideal for all hand sizes to hold comfortably without it becoming unwieldy. It's also worth noting you can create a personalised handset via the Moto Maker website, selecting from one of 2 front colours, 18 back colours and 7 accent colours. Now with a 1280 by 720 screen res, its 4.7-inch AMOLED screen is impressively sharp. Colours are rich and contrast is punchy, but whites aren't as pure and bright as they could be, and we found it difficult to pick out details in bright sunlight. It might not be the sharpest or largest of displays, but videos, games and photos all look gorgeous, and the lower resolution helps prolong battery life. Now on the inside, the X sports NFC and 4G, plus a dual-core 1.7 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset and 2 GB of RAM. So compared to high-end flagships like the S4 and G2, its spec isn't very high-end, but it's well above average. In practice, it's a zippy performer, allowing you to flick through photo galleries and menus and play most games without stuttering. Impressively, it lasted around 14 hours while playing a 720p video on loop with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and notifications switched on and screen brightness set at 50%. Its 10-megapixel camera packs some clever tricks too. So quick capture mode means a double twist of the wrist brings up the camera whatever you're doing, although this doesn't always work. Touching anywhere on the screen takes a photo, while holding your finger down will take continuous shots, and swiping zooms in and out. It's also worth noting the touch to shoot mode turns off touch to focus, so shots often come out too dark or too bright. Now actual camera performance is decent but fairly unremarkable. There's 1080p video capture should you want it, and the addition of a slow motion video mode is fun, but images won't knock you down with clarity or contrast. Now Motorola may not have fussed too heavily with the standard Android 4.2.2 interface, but there are a number of useful additions. Active display shows off important notifications and the clock at regular intervals, or can be summoned with a shake even when the phone is in standby. Motorola Connect lets you send and receive text and calls using your computer's Chrome web browser, which is simple and effective, although you will need an extension. Then there's Motorola Assist, which works a bit like the iOS Do Not Disturb mode. So when you're driving, sleeping or in a meeting, Assist can automatically silence and reply to calls from those in your favourites list. Sleeping is determined by which time you set, while meetings are determined by events you've marked as busy. And while driving, Assist can detect your speed via GPS and tell you who is calling or read your text messages aloud, allowing you to respond via voice. Motorola Migrate is handy, wirelessly moving photos, videos, SIM contacts, call and text history from an iOS device or any mobile running Android 2.2 and above. But the headlining Moto X feature has got to be touchless control, which basically gives you Google Now powered touch-free voice control. Just say OK Google Now, followed by a question like a request to call friends, open an app or navigate to a location, and the phone will spring to life. And in case you're wondering, it's available in 16 and 32 gig flavours, with the added bonus of 50 gig of Google Drive cloud storage. So the Moto X is one of the best smartphones Motorola has ever produced. Yes, it doesn't push the boundaries in terms of speed, photos and screen size, but its long battery life, sturdy build and various tweaks and apps make the Moto X one of the friendliest smartphones on the block.